Hey everyone, and welcome. I'm Karsten Stark, and today I'll guide you through setting up Visual Studio Code for scripting in your Unity Sinespace project. So let's get started. First, we need to generate an autocomplete file for Visual Studio Code. In your Unity project, click on the Sinespace menu item and go to Tools, then to Scripting, then to Generate Autocomplete File for Atom. Navigate to the project folder for your Unity project that you created earlier. So for me, that was D drive and Sinespace scripting, and it's already there. You should see folders like assets, library, logs, packages, project settings, temp, user settings, and that's a good indicator that you're in the right folder. So down here, you have the file name, period Lua complete RC, and we're just going to leave that as it is and hit save. So next, we're going to download Visual Studio Code. So we're going to go to code.visualstudio.com and we're going to click download for Windows. If you have a Mac or Linux, it's going to be a little different, but we're running in Windows today. So we're going to hit open file on that, and we're going to accept the license agreement. Just go with the default installation. Click next. We're going to create a start folder group, Visual Studio Code. Sounds good. Click next. Now this screen is kind of more important. It's going to have these checkboxes here: add open with code action to Windows Explorer file context menu. You don't want to make sure that one's selected. And add open with code action to Windows Explorer directory context menu. You're going to make sure that's selected as well. We're also going to want to make sure that it's checked for register code as an editor for supported file types and add to path. Those are all important for this. So we're going to hit next and install. So now that that's installed, we're going to set it up for our Unity project. So we're going to go ahead and open Visual Studio Code. You just leave that button or that checkbox checked there and hit finish. Okay, so now that we have Visual Studio Code installed and it's open, we're gonna make that full screen. Over here on the left, we have an extensions button. We're gonna click that. It looks like 3 boxes with a 4th box coming out of the corner. It's gonna have a search extensions and marketplace input box here. So we're just gonna type in Lua Coder Assist in that search box. And it should pop up in the search results here exactly what we typed in. The author should be this person's name here. So if you can read that. So you click that, and then we're going to hit install. Just go ahead and close that. Now that we have Lua Coder Assist extension installed, we're going to go to File and Add Folder to Workspace. Then we're going to navigate to our Unity project folder location. And like before, I installed that on my D drive in the Sinespace scripting folder. And once you've navigated there, you can click Add. We can go back to the Explorer tab here, and you'll see the Sinespace scripting folder. And within this folder, you should see that period Lua complete RC file that we generated earlier in Unity. All right. Now you may need to re-add this folder to your workspace if something changes within Visual Studio Code. So you just follow that procedure again. Just, File, Add Folder, Workspace, and select your folder. So finally, let's link Unity and Visual Studio Code together. So we're going to go back to Unity. Okay, so we're going to go to the Edit menu and then Preferences. And then in the Preferences window, we're going to go to External Tools. And over here, it's got the External Script Editor. And we have a drop down that says Open by File Extension. We're going to click that and change it to Visual Studio Code. Might take a couple minutes to switch that over. If Visual Studio Code's not in that list, you might need to restart your editor, like we did earlier. Alright, so now it's selected, Visual Studio Code, and that should be all we need to do there. So we're going to close that window. Alright, so now it should all be set up. So we're ready to script some objects in your Sinespace project using Visual Studio Code. I'll be hosting some scripting classes within Sinespace. If you're able to make it to those, that would be great. If you're not able to make it, I'll be posting up those videos of the classes here on the YouTube channel, and you should be able to follow along that way as well.